This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, verse 23. Make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami Camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 23, is that I want to talk about the crimes, the ongoing crimes and the ongoing violence, meaning the injustice that these Edomites, continue to show every day. Okay? Here it is. Nero, a.k.a. Donald J. Trump, the cruel Lord, talks about upholding the law, no one is above the law, regarding this whole immigration situation, right? And of course, fighting crime, right? In the Jake communities, right? That's why he's sending the National Guard there. Okay. Yet, okay, he's commuting, okay, and partying, all right? That's a tongue twister. His people, for lack of a better word, all right, those that were kissing his behind, all right, those that were loyal to him, all right. And this goes to show you that, this is a good example why America is going to be judged, why America has to go, because the people that are ruling it, all right, are not fit to rule, all right. They're partial in law, they're partial in judgment, okay. They're biased, they're hypocritical, okay. And Donald Trump, what he did, okay, regarding freeing this weirdo who I believe is an Edomite, okay. Yes, he comes from Brazil, but when you do some background on this weirdo, okay, the family says that from his childhood, all right, he was known to be deceitful. Okay, what did they say? Hold on. This character, George Santos, all right? Santos developed a reputation within his family for deceit and theft during his childhood, all right? Who's the biggest thief walking the earth? These Edomites, all right? So just because someone's born from Brazil, all right, doesn't make them an Israelite. Remember, Esau spilled his seed all throughout the earth too, okay? That's why the angels have to come and separate the wheat from the tares, right? Let me get that. Lessons within lessons, okay? Because I believe Santos is a tare baby, okay? He's an Edomite, tare baby. Tares. Let me type this in. All right. Yeah, here it is. Tares among the wheat. Matthew chapter 13, verse 24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which soweth good seed in his field. 25. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. Right. So this is what you're clearly seeing. okay, uh, throughout the earth. All right, you have a good seed, the righteous seed, and then you have a wicked seed. Okay, so you can't judge according to appearance. You have to judge the spirit. 25. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. 26. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. 27. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? 28. He said unto them, An enemy have done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? 29. But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. 30. Let both grow together until the harvest, meaning the judgment. And in time of harvest, I will say to the reapers are the angels, gather ye together first the tares and bind them in bundles to burn them. Right. Okay, because you got a lot of Edomites that has spilled their seed in Israelite women. Okay. All right. And I believe George Santos, okay, is a good example. You also have this guy right here, all right, Gypsy Crusader, a.k.a. Paul Miller. He looks like a Jake, all right? But and when you do some background check on him, all right, this guy is a known Nazi, Edomite supremacist. Okay, his father is from Romania and his mother is from Mexico. Okay, he's a hardcore Edomite, all right, and he can't stand Jake. Okay, and he's willing, all right, to throw down and go to war against you, Jakes. Okay, so he's another example of a tear. Okay, but he looks, again, face wise, you think he was Northern Kingdom. You think he was a so-called Hispanic. All right. So let's continue on back. And this is Yahushua speaking. Okay. But gather the wheat into my barn. Right. So there you go. So that's a let me see if there's. Yeah, so now let's break down the tares explained. Right, so now this is the explanation. We might as well bring this out too. Matthew chapter 13, verse 30. You know, I'll keep reading. Lessons within lessons. All right, Matthew chapter 13, verse 30. Another parable spake he unto them. The kingdom of heaven is like unto leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal till the whole was leavened. 30. For all these things spake Yahushua unto the multitude in parables. And without a parable spake he not unto them. Right. And the reason why Yahushua spoke to the multitude in parables, because, all right, he didn't want everybody to get it. Okay. This is proof that not everybody can be saved. Okay. If Yahushua spoke plainly, all right. If he spoke plainly, then why is he talking in parables? Okay. Because he didn't want everybody to get it plain. 35, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I will open my mouth in parables, I will utter things which I kept secret from the foundation of the world. Right, because only the elect are going to understand this. 36, then Yahushua sent the multitude away. Right, see, because he wasn't going to speak plainly, all right, to the multitude, because they weren't part of the elect. Okay, and went into the house, and his disciples came unto him, saying, declare unto us the parables of the tares of the field. 37, he answered and said unto them, he that soweth good seed is the Son of Man. 38, the field is the world. You see? The good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. Right. 39, the enemy that sowed them is the devil. Okay? And we already know who the devil is. Esau, Edom, so-called white man. The harvest is the end of the world. You see? And the reapers are the angels. 40, as therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. You see, this is talking about the judgment. 41, the Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend and them which do iniquity. 42, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Right, this is talking about the destruction. Okay? And the nuclear destruction, the main Judgment is here in America, Babylon the Great. This place is going to be wiped with fire. All right, from sea to shining sea. Okay, from the east coast to the west coast. All right, this place is going to be destroyed. The Lord said in Isaiah, the besom of destruction. Okay, 43. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who have ears to hear, let them hear. Right, the righteous is talking about the elect of Israel. All right, they're going to shine forth. Okay, and ultimately all Israel, because all Israel shall be saved. All right. So there's that breakdown. So I just wanted to bring that out because this clown right here, this LGBTQT personnel who Donald Trump, okay, pardoned or commuted, all right, he's an Edomite, all right. Don't let that whole being born in Brazil, fool you, okay. I mean, look what he did: wire fraud, aggravated identity theft. I mean, come on, steal. There you go. He's stealing identities, all right? Okay? He's coming off as he's from Brazil, and he's a northern kingdom, but he's not. Okay? And I'm just looking at it in terms of his behavior. We are judges. We have to judge, all right? What the scriptures say, he judgeth all things, right? And you know what? I think it's judgeth all things. Yeah, there it is. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 15. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judge of no man. Right. Okay. So, again, back to Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 23. Make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes. The city is full of violence. Right. And this is a good example. All right. Now, this chapter in context, all right, is talking about the children of Israel. Okay. But you can apply this today because, hey, the scriptures say what was written aforetime was written for our learning. Here it is. All right. This is another reason why America is going to be judged with nuclear fire. Here it is. These devils have this book, this Bible, but they don't follow it. They don't learn from it. They don't, read it and say, hey, let's not do this because, all right, the Lord judged his people, regarding the bloody crimes that they did in their homeland and the violence they committed in their city. When you go into this word violence, what's up the internet? It must be this whole Amazon cyber attack, the apostle elders and us brothers on down, we've been saying, okay, cyber attacks are coming in big way, okay? I remember doing a lesson on it about last week, how this whole government shutdown was have concocted. They are allowing this government shutdown as the excuse, leaving America vulnerable for cyber attacks, all right? And I won't be surprised that there's a narrative that comes out this week saying that this cyber attack was conducted either by Russia, China, or both of them, or Iran, all right? Because, hey, these wars have got to get a lot bigger, all right? And it's so exciting because we're in the end times and it's all has to happen. Prophecy has to be fulfilled. So let's go to the word violence, okay? The Hebrew word, we get a little Hebrew in this lesson on the Shabbat is this is a cha, C-H-A-A. This is a ma, and this is a sa. So it's kamas, right? And let's just double check, okay? Scriptures say, make full proof our ministry. So, and this is a good tool, brothers and sisters, if you want to take a picture. I always keep this up so I can always double check that I'm saying it correctly, the Hebrew. Okay, so right here, this is a ka. So as you can see, all right, right here, ka, C-H-A-A. This is a ma. So right here is ma. So you can see right here, and right here is a sa, and there it is sa. So it's pronounced Hamas, which means what? Violence, wrong, cruelty, injustice. All right? And this is a good form of an example of Donald Trump, okay, is literally, okay, being partial in judgment, being partial, okay, in the law, where he's willing to commit, okay, violence against the children of Israel, be injustice, be cruel, all right, do wrong to the children of Israel. But when it comes to his own people, you know, he allows them to get away with all types of crimes. Again, let's see the crimes that this devil did. All right, so we see right here, he pleaded, and mind you, this devil pleaded guilty for wire fraud and aggravated identity theft, right? So, but look at the misconduct admitted in plea deal. This is what he admitted. Okay, he said he did this. Submitting fraudulent campaign finance reports to the Federal Election Commission during his 2022 congressional campaign. He and his team inflated fundraising numbers so his campaign could qualify for certain party assistance programs. I mean, I'm telling you, man, this is Edomite stuff. I can't see him being a Jake. Okay, there's no way. He's an LGBTQ person now. All right. His own family members said he was deceitful and a theft since his childhood. All right. He's been a liar from the beginning. Well, scriptures say right here in Psalm chapter 58, verse 3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies, right? Check this out. We go to the word lies, another Hebrew word. This is kazab. This is a ka, all right? The zab. And it means a lie, untruth, falsehood, deceptive thing, right? Deceitful, all right? Again, didn't, okay? According to a biographer, Santos developed a reputation within his family for deceit and theft during his childhood, okay? This is why I believe he's an Edomite, straight up, okay? Unauthorized credit card charges between July 2020 and October 2022. He allegedly stole financial information of contributors, charged their credit cards without authorization, and used the funds for his campaign, other candidate campaigns, and his personal bank account, okay? Now, if a Jake would have done this, they get in football numbers, all right? Or they're getting 5 to 7 years, and they're not getting pardoned. Okay? Fraudulent political contribution solicitation scheme. He ran a company through which he solicited donations under false pretenses, telling donors their money would be used for campaign ads, then funneled donations into his personal accounts and used them for personal expenses, designer clothes, cash withdrawals, debts. This is Edomite shit, man. Unemployment benefit fraud. He claimed unemployment benefits from the New York State Department of Labor despite being employed from June 2020 through April 2020. Again, he admitted that he did this, and then the cruel Lord, all right, the Nero pardoned him or commuted his sentence. All right, the president has now pardoned or commuted the sentences of most of the Republican congressmen convicted of felonies in the 21st century. Right. Okay. You see that? Hey, and what did Donald Trump say on Air Force One? Check this out. Okay.
We talked a couple of weeks ago. You were doing an interview and you talked about how you hope to end the war in Ukraine because it might help you get into heaven. How does this help? Does this help?
I mean, I'm being a little cute. I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven. Okay, I really don't. I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I may be in heaven right now as we fly in Air Force One. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven. But
wow, he said I ain't going to make it to heaven, but then he said I'm in heaven now in Air Force One. Wow. Hey, that reminds me of Genesis chapter 27 when Esau wanted the blessing, all right, from Isaac because Jacob already got the blessing pertaining to the kingdom of heaven. All right. So Esau wanted a blessing, and what did Isaac tell Esau that his blessing would be? Okay. This is how we know these Edomites, these so-called white people, all right, are the wicked. They're the devil, and only through the sword, all right, they can stay in power. This is how we know, man. All right. Genesis chapter 27. Just going to get to the point. And verse 38, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept, right? He cried like a biatch, all right? Because Isaac gave the blessing to Jacob, which the blessing is who the kingdom of heaven is pertained to, who is going to be the rulers forever, okay? The Israelites, okay? And that was what that was the blessing that Jacob received from his father Isaac, okay? And Esau was upset because he didn't get that. All right. Well, first of all, you gave up your birthright from the jump for a morsel of meat. Okay. So you didn't care about your legacy. You didn't care about what's it called? Having dominion over the earth forever and ever. Okay. You wanted it now, and so hey, this is it. And this is how you know these Edomites are when you look at their behavior, they're very impatient. They always want it now, okay? Because they're just like their father Esau, okay? And that's why you can't be in that spirit. The Lord is testing us too, you know. The Lord is testing our patience, all right? We don't want to be like these Edomites. What the scriptures say, in our patience possessive our souls, you know. Us being in this captivity, the Lord's testing our patience. Genesis chapter 27, verse 39, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven, and from above. Right, so this is the key right here. And of the dew of heaven, just like Donald Trump said. All right, my heaven is up here in Air Force One, which is also spiritual too. Who's the prince of the air, right? It's these devils, these Edomites. Prince of the air. Prince of the air. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 2. Where in time past he walked according to the course of this world, right? This is talking to the Israelites, all right? This is who Paul was writing to. According to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience, right? Okay? Who's the prince of the power of the air? The Edomites. That's why Trump said, see, it's all spiritual. When you look at it spiritually, that's why Trump said, my heaven's up in Air Force One. I'm in my heaven now, all right? Because he's the prince of the power of the air. These Edomites, okay? So yeah. Let me so I think we hit enough of it, okay, on clearly seeing that this is the land that's full of bloody crimes and the city is full of violence. This is why in Psalm chapter 55 verse 9, destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues, for I have seen violence and strife in the city. 10, day and night they go about it upon the walls thereof. Mischief also and sorrow are in the midst of it. 11, wickedness is in the midst thereof. Deceit and guile depart not from her streets. Right, and that's all you see in America, because you have the wicked ruling. This is why the Lord is going to destroy America, because of the wicked, who are the Edomites. They are the wicked, the board of wickedness. Everywhere they go, they bring nothing but treachery and injustice. Okay, let's go to the word wickedness. What does the word wickedness mean? The Hebrew word is Hawa. All right, this is a ha. This is a wa. This is a ha. So Hawa, which means calamity, iniquity, mischief. There you go. Naughtiness, naughty, perverse thing. They are perverse. They're perverse even in judgment, man. They're partial in judgment. Okay? The scriptures talk about not being partial in judgment. Let me get that. Partial. Malachi chapter. Again, this is how we know, once again, that this Bible is not for these Edomites. They don't follow nothing the Bible says. Okay? All right? This is why we're so fervent and cursing out this devil and telling our people that salvation is only for the Israelites. Okay? It's not for these devils. Malachi chapter 2 verse 9. Therefore have I also made you contemptible and base before all the people, according as ye have not kept my ways, but have been partial in law. Right. And again, who is Malachi writing to? The Israelites. You could read it in chapter 1. Okay? So you had certain Israelites that were being partial in law, being partial in judgment. Okay? And this is why we got jacked up. All right? As a nation. Because the Lord, all right, told us that we're not supposed to be partial in law. All right? We're supposed to be obedient, all right, and judge righteously. Okay? Another one. James 2 and 4. You're not supposed to judge the outward appearance. You're supposed to judge the inward man. You even got Jake now. They see someone, wearing a suit and tie, okay? All of a sudden they think they're somebody. They have status. While they see, perfect example, us. While we're teaching on the highways and byways, Jake just looks down at us because we're not wearing a 3-piece suit. All right? We're just dressed in regular clothes, jeans, sneakers, a hoodie. Okay? So that goes to show you, like, even our own people are okay, they're partial when it comes to judgment. Okay? They look at Esau Edom in the suit and tie and they think that he's righteous, even though look what he's doing. But James chapter 2 verse 4, are ye not then partial in yourselves and are become judges of evil thoughts? Right? And again, James writing to the Israelites that were being partial. Okay? James 1 and 1 is what? To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad greeting, right? So this whole book of the book of James is directed to the Israelites, all right? And there were certain Israelites that were being partial, okay? They were showing that favoritism, okay? So again, here it is, these devils, these Edomites, they have this Bible. You think they use this as a blueprint to learn from? No. They're clearly being partial in judgment, okay? It proves that they're not the chosen people. These are the Edomites. They're the wicked. So last one, Isaiah chapter 10 verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievances which they have prescribed. Verse 2, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, that they may rob the father's right. Because here it is, Donald Trump is using the law and we're a nation of law and punishing Jake for all types of stuff. All right. Meanwhile, he lets these weirdos free for who admitted of committing these crimes, and these crimes they committed on themselves. Okay, they're stealing from each other. So it goes to show you that this place is ruled in wickedness. It's bias. Okay, it's partial. Okay, in judgment. There's nepotism. There's favoritism. All right, and that's why the Lord is going to get rid of this place. Okay, and get rid of the wicked people of this place, along with it. So, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. I know I hit a couple of topics, but the point is, man, hey, Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 23, make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes and the city is full of violence, right? Injustice. All right, you clearly see it, man. Like, look who it is. Like, he lets this weirdo go who admitted for wire fraud and identity theft, but yet, okay, he's out there punishing Jake for just crossing the border, trying to escape the hell that America created. All right, because when you go into why is Jake running and getting it and crossing the border, okay, risking their neck, their lives, because the hell that they're catching in the country, all right, by the American government that created the hell. Okay, you should look into it. It's America that has been causing the problems in Central and South America. Okay, like for example, Venezuela, all the sanctions, all the freaking hell that they placed on that. This is why you have Venezuelans leaving Venezuela and running to America, because, okay, they're catching hell in Venezuela due to the sanctions from America. So where are they going to go? Okay, and now I'm going to watch Colombia, because you got the Colombian president now talking shit to Trump about his whole destroying all these supposed drug traffickers, you know. And he's like, and I think the Colombian president said that Trump destroyed a fishing boat. Let me show you this. Hold on. Colombian president says fishing boat destroyed. Yeah, U.S. made deadly strike on fishing boat, Colombian president says. There you go. Trump responds after Colombian leader accuses U.S. of murder in a boat strike. Colombian president accuses U.S. of murdering a fisherman in a boat strike. Right. And here it is, this devil Trump, okay? And Trump is a face. He's an old devil. It's really the military, okay, apparatus, okay? They're out there killing fishermen, all right, and guising it as drug boats, okay? So again, this place is full of violence, man. All right, and this devil Trump, man, all right, he knows he knows his heaven is here. That's why he's moving the way he's moving. Again, through the sword. All right, he knows that the kingdom of heaven ain't for him, and he knows he's going into slavery. Okay, that's why he said it. He started smiling. All right, the devil knows he has a short time. Anyway, so with that, Lord willing, us edify. I want to give all praise and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep enduring, keep the faith, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying. Pray without ceasing. Pray for each other. Pray for the apostle elders. We're almost out of here. To the fuses that are watching, keep studying. When you pray, pray your head cover. And let's keep pushing. Shalom.